finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to BTM Racing TV. We're live here tonight, and no, your eyes do not deceive you, folks. This is the All-Stars event, and yes, they done did it. The Butcher Boys have done something to these cars that I never thought in my wildest dreams BTM Racing TV would ever get in one take at all. Yes, that is that's the Crusader on the side, and that does say full throttle assault on the front. And there's an outhouse to the White House on the front, to the back of that thing on the for Mr. Kyle Hanna himself. I don't know what in the right mind came through these guys to do that, although that carnage is not going to exactly hold up there well as they get them on down the open qualifying list right now. They're working them on in, just kind of getting some stakes taken care of here. We'll get the driver situated out and get them back up and running here, and hopefully we can get ourselves some green flag racing here in a little bit. But this is the open qualifying right now, so we're just going to give you guys a little perspective on our drivers here tonight. You see David Cassidy and that 3 Captain Morgan machine running on in. The 15 of Art Mill making his triumphant return back to the series here tonight, trying to get some running in going there and see if maybe he's got something for the drivers. This is going to be a stage lap race series, so they will have stages they will have to commence and complete to throughout the entire course of this race. As you see there, the 24 machine, David Castelli on down around on the track right now, kind of working them on in. Castelli kind of getting some momentum there, working his breast cancer. Where his machine for his way forward in there, but he gets a little loose there out of turn 2 there, unfortunately. We'll talk more about those turns here in a minute. Get a look at Arn Millen here. We haven't seen him in quite a while. It's good to have him back out on the circuit. I know he's been missed in the old school league. Brian W. Wiggins there in the 5, working him on around. In the Fritz Solar Company machine number 5. One of the drivers that has been kind of at odds with the series and kind of trying to be figuring out how to overdo and outdo each track he's come out, but he's just kind of fallen to no avail. Been beaten out and toughened out by a lot of drivers tonight. He looks to try to change that. The new driver making his way onto the field here, that is the 19 machine of Frank Edwards. Frank Edwards joining us on in for the very first time here tonight, so we will try not to mess up his name at all, but I can tell you right now, I'll probably find some way to do it. The 77 there, Brian W. Wiggins, or Byron Bartlett, excuse me. Brian W. Wiggins is in the 5. That 77 though, the BB Racing of Byron Bartlett in the 77. Works it on down around, still keeping that scheme fresh and cool. And I have no idea what the heck to call these schemes here that the 50, the 53, the 4, and the 25 have. I think what we're going to nickname them is the Crusader Crash Pack. That's the schemes they're running tonight, the Crusader Crash Pack. You got the Full Throttle Assault of 53, you got the Outhouse of the White House 4, and then you got the 25, which I have no idea where the heck he is at right now. At the moment, as you see Caleb McCarthy in the 33 right now, we'll get a little open qualifying in. Unfortunately, spins it on around a little bit. There is the Outhouse of the White House, number 4 there, working on down. Kind of getting situated out here, see maybe he's got something here. I guess I could say now, hey mom, hey grandma, grandpa, and everybody at home, guess what? I'm famous. They put my face and my slogans on the side of a car. I never thought I'd see the day. But nevertheless, as they continue them on through, not a lot of time left for the drivers, so we'll let them go ahead and finish it on in. As you see, Mark Sikosi in the 8 machine there, the affordable SEO. Outrank your competition, 8. Beautiful paint scheme on that one. Kind of a little bit of a tribute in a Halloween style fashion to, of course, the late great Dale Earnhardt Jr. and all the runs he's had in that old 8 machine. So it looks like 10 drivers have clocked in here with us tonight. Gets it ready to go here. Our one female, Kayla McCarthy, kind of getting situated out, still kind of working them on in. And let's see what the heck that 25 of Jay Kruger did. They're working it on in 25. How about that? Like we said, part of the Crusader Crash Pack bundle. If you want to get them, well, talk to these 3 because apparently they have them ready in stock. So if you want to have your car on the track, go and talk with them. But nonetheless, guys, we'll get them all situated out here real quick, though. Before we get going to that, we have a special word from the new sponsor of the Old School League Series. So let's go ahead and have a word from our sponsor.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
So as we get everybody situated out here, it looks like we are ready to go here on the track and ready to go for the race tonight. Just about 10 seconds left remaining here out of qualifying, and these drivers will get them situated out here and see which one can outdo the other and which one will become the driver to beat tonight on this very hard to master track. There's one thing to remember back when you come back Sunday night for Pedal to Metal Racing League was that the tires here take a beating and take a hit quite quick, but the fact they're running custom setups tonight, they may be able to find a way around that and kind of situate it in. We'll see how that plays out for them. But it appears Mark Sikosi in the 8 as the BB Racing 77 of Byron Bartlett getting a little wobbly off that area there. He manages to hold out and save it. He will be our driver tonight as well, kind of working on it and see if he's got something for here. But Sikosi, the fastest qualifier, coming off that win last time out. You definitely know he's definitely in for quite a run here and quite a thing going here. Wants to get himself another win, and definitely in the All-Star race. It'll definitely mean a lot to him to get it here tonight. And at the end, we will talk with our top 3 in stages. So you'll have 3 stages here tonight, and if we're reading off what we've been told, is tonight they will be starting with 40, and then they'll go to 30, and then 20 lap segments. So you see the caution come out in those times. Don't think there's a crash or anything we missed if we didn't catch it. It's actually because there is only a lap setup on those stages, so that will be our stage racing and our setup here tonight. So these drivers are trying to find a half a median how to set their car up just right for that long haul and the short haul, while also still trying to get the fastest run going for them. So we'll see how that plays out for him here. We will begin them on out. As mentioned before, we'll start on the pole. The 8 of Mark Sikosi will start him on up in the affordable SEO number 8 machine. To his outside will be the working it on in 25 of JFK, James Freddy Kruger in that 25 machine. Runner 2, it's going to be David Cassidy and the Captain Morgan number 3. And to his outside, that's the BB Racing 77 of Byron Bartlett. Row number 3 is going to be Kyle Hanna in the 4, and that outhouse to the White House machine, and to his outside, I believe will be couldn't quite get a good reading on that here. That'll be Nicholas Wilson there in the 53. Row number 4 is going to be Brian W. Wiggins in that 5, and the 33, Miss Kayla, the one you don't mess with, Texas McCarthy in the 33. Shotgun our field tonight, Aaron Mill in the 15, and the 24 of David Castelli with Frank Edwards following in the rear here tonight. This all-star race clash lineup is ready to go here. The Big Bad Wrangler Chevrolet 19, the Real Men Wear Pink 24 breast cancer awareness machine. The Fork City Pirates 15 machine there of Art Milne, and of course the Paul's Rats Petalino Racing League 33 of McCarthy, and then the Fritz Siller Company number 5. And the Full Throttle Assault 53 of Nicholas Wilson. I'm not letting this go. I will not let it go. I hope they keep those cubes out there for a while, though. That's awesome. Alright, folks, we'll bring them on in. They have 40 laps to complete this first stage here, and then we will move on to our next stage here. And, of course, we will talk with our top 3 at the end of the race. As we get them ready to get on in here and bring them up, it is time to go do and battle it out here. We will see who gets the advantage here on the start and who will get the run they are looking for to go. We will bring them on down the back straightaway here, that elongated back straightaway. With a lot of time and a lot of stuff to be had here. This will definitely showcase what the drivers are up to and what they can do. We've talked so much about Charlotte Moore Speedway in the past, but of course being here in Concord, North Carolina, you never know what to expect at this track. You can never be too sure what's going to happen because there's so much that can happen each and every time out. So it's only really going to be a matter of time seeing what will go down here tonight for these drivers as they work them on in. They're getting set up here for the green flag 1. They'll bring them on down out of turn 4. Looking for the green flag here out of turn 4. They'll bring them on in. Sikosi will have the affordable SEL leading them on in. 40 laps to stage 1 to complete. We are off and running. And speaking of off and running, the outside pack didn't even have a chance to get off the line. Kruger just didn't even go. 25 though working on it, trying to see if maybe we can build some momentum back up as they're working on down around here. They go down out of turn 2. Byron Bartlett in the 77 now trying to maintain his speed and momentum back up there as Kyle Hanna in that 4 outhouse of the White House machine tries to battle it on in. Now almost a 3 wide salute initiated. Oh, actually is initiated there at turn 3. Byron Bartlett, Brian W. Wiggins, and Kyle Hanna getting into that one there as they work them on down out of turn 4. Down that front straightaway, down in the tri-oval. James Freddy Kruger in that 25 machine will try to get the JFK working it on in 25 machine around David Cassidy in that 3 Captain Morgan machine. Mark Sikosi has the early advantage though off the start down to that back straightaway. Here comes the 5 there. Brian W. Wiggins down to the inside line trying to build up some momentum, trying to see if maybe he's got something going for him here. He brings it on down out of turn 4. He's got to run. The Fritz Solar Company 5 trying to stay in this, trying to get back into the hunt, maybe get up to Sikosi after that little start he had. He brings it on down to the tri-oval front stretch. They battle it in. Cassidy trying to hold his own, trying to stay ahead of the curve here, but it looks like that 5 of Brian W. Wiggins is going to get the better run off of that. Get down on the inside now. Kruger gets a big run there, but we've got a caution. The Pride of Texas, Caleb McCarthy, unfortunately out of turn 2 there, has spun it on around. Doesn't look like too much damage up on that fender there. Let's go to the replay and find out more about this situation. And here's the instant replay here. Let's take a look at this one. Looks like maybe it was just on her own here. She might have got a little tight with the car here. You see her coming out of turn 2 there. She already hit the apron, and we'll talk about this more as time goes on, but when you get on that apron and you don't have some grip, these tires will just spin you on around quicker than you know it, and you have no chance to get that back underneath you, unfortunately. The same can be said about the Cup cars as well, or the Truck Series, so it's not just an ARCA thing. The only series that I have noticed that can actually stick with it and hold the line better are the super late models, and the street stocks. Those are the only series that can actually hold their own because they don't have as much speed or downforce on those turns and those cars there to really spin them on around. The fact is, though, with these ARCA, a lot of things a lot of drivers don't talk about or fans don't know about is that if you look carefully, you see that the front end is actually lifted up, is actually downward more, whereas the rear is more lifted up. It's almost kind of like a dragster, if you will, when it comes to how they're set up. So that way they can get more momentum on the back. But unfortunately, if they do not find a way to kind of center and even it out, generally that does spell a lot of trouble. So, but so far seems to be working okay for him. A lot of drivers going in pit road already. We know Miss McCarthy will be going in there. She's trying to get some damage fixed up on that car. As a 3, Captain Morgan, number 3 machine there of David Cassidy will hold it on in with Frank Edwards now in the 19, making his debut here on PTM Racing TV. Maybe seeing, maybe if he's got something here for the drivers and something that they don't know about. But right now, in this All-Stars clash, he's got some work to do right now. Brian W. Wiggins in that 5 will have an early go around here. See, maybe he can get the Fritz Solar Company machine into victory lane. He has yet to do so this season. But man, has he been on a hunt since day 1 we came by here. I believe it was the Milwaukee Mile we first showcased these drivers. And in my opinion, Brian W. Wiggins was like one of the only guys that just never got a full-on run to get in there with him. Tyler Hunt that night was just something else for him. Then Sikosi was kind of working it in too there. He was starting to kind of build up momentum later in the race, but just never quite got it figured out and done the way he wanted to here. But nonetheless, it still seemed to work out for him okay. As the Crusader Crash Pack schemes come on around there, and yes, that is what they're going to be referred to as tonight. I still, for the life of me, cannot understand why these guys decided that was a good idea to put on a paint scheme. But I'm not complaining. I'll let them. I'll allow it. Yes, if you can't read what that says there, that says outhouse to the White House. And no, that's not just some generic picture, unfortunately. I'm not saying who that is exactly. You guys can figure it out. But we're working on down. The 1 lap to go has been initiated here, folks. We'll get them all situated out here and get them on going. Jeff Scott has joined us in the booth, has joined us here in the comments. He's saying good luck, drivers, and Matthew Hofford saying crank it up, referring to our song, of course, by the lovely Miss Haley Taylor. Crank it up. If you guys haven't already, go to Spotify and download that link and download that song if you like what you hear. I can tell you there's a lot more people around where I live that actually downloaded that song, and I love hearing it, but every time I have to call someone or I hear it ringing, I'll tell you one thing, it can get into my head so quick. It's a catchy song, so good on Miss Haley Taylor for making that song. But nevertheless, guys, we'll bring them on down the back straightaway here. We'll get them situated out, and we'll bring these stars and the cars. We'll bring lead these beasts to life once again. We bring them on around here, and this time we're going to tell that pace car to bamboos and get the heck out of here. It's time to let the All-Stars go back to work here. I'll tell you one thing, Frank Edwards, man, he's kind of fallen further back here. I think he needs to kind of get up there a little closer there with David Cassidy. He's just going to leave him behind just like that right off the start out of turn 4 to the front stretch of the tri-oval. We're off and running yet again. Back on around. Brian W. Wiggins gets a better run off that restart there. They'll bring him on down out of turn 1 here, getting up there with the 3 of David Cassidy. 19 of Frank Edwards getting a little bit loose there coming down out of turn 2 here. He initiates almost a 3 wide salute, but gets a little loose on the top end. Top shelf getting a little loose there for his liking. Not quite able to hold on in there and stay the momentum course. Bring him on down out of turn 3. He'll work it on in. Yes, I'm going to say that there, Kruger, even though you got it on the front of your car. He works it on down the trial oval now, works it on in, just trying to see if maybe he's got something here for that 8 of Sokosi. The Extreme Motorsports Affordable SEO 8 has got some company there with Kruger working it on by. I'll be singing a nursery here in a minute. We'll see about that. But right now, speaking of nurseries, it looks like the 3 is nursing something on that car right now because it's not going as full as to the max as he wants it to, because the 5 that Brian W. Wiggins has made a pass on around in that Fritz Solar Company number 5 machine. A lot of time though left in this one, a lot of laps in this, of course. Obviously, this is a very short run, if you will, compared to what these drivers are used to doing. But we'll see how that plays out exactly for the long run. Working on down out of turn 2 here. Cassidy trying to hold his own, trying to stay with it. Wiggins gives him an opening there, the inside line, but he can't quite get around him there. Back on around out of turn 3. We bring him on down into turn 4 here. And these drivers work them on by and around. They are all at it for here. Cassidy thinking maybe it's time to swing it to the inside. He sees an opening. But the 5 is smart. He blocks. He defends. He says, I have a right to defend. I'm not letting you pass by this gate. He will not let the door open up anymore as he works on down the back straightaway. But Cassidy is tenacious. He won't let that happen. He will let it happen when he wants to. As we work the rest of our field in here. Battle of the Butcher Boys. That's the full throttle assault versus the outhouse White House machine. The 53 of Nicholas Wilson working it on in here with the 4 of Kyle Hanna bringing on down that tri-oval section here. They come on down. Back on around out of turn 1 they go here. Wilson brings it on through. Gets ahead there of his teammate. Hard mill in that 15 machine now, getting some momentum going here as well. He's got some time to make up here, but he's definitely kind of pushing it forward here, trying to see what he's got. The Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, is falling further and further back in the pack here, unfortunately. Not quite getting the momentum run she wants here compared to what we've seen her do in previous races, but then again, she could be saving something here for him. We've known her to do stages before to really kind of wear and tear early and wait for the long run, and that's when it comes by to her. Frank Edwards in 19 though. He's losing off the pace and off the balance. So is Cassidy there in the 3. Here comes James Freddie Kruger in the 25, working it on in there out of turn 4 on that front stretch of the tri-oval. Bring it on down around out of turn 1 here, and I don't know what it is, but I think it's just kind of bad. I keep repeating myself when it's on the front of the car. It's like I should just let the car say it for me here. Or maybe I should just let the drivers here working on in, because next to Kosi brings it on the outside line. There, Ryan W. Wiggins. Wiggins tries to hold his own here, trying to stay in it. Little tap there coming from Sikosi. Sikosi tries to swing it down the bottom. Well, he sees the door open. He's trying to close the gap on him. Bringing it on down that front straightaway to the tri-oval. They'll go. Kruger's got Cassidy right in his rear view mirror, and now Cassidy back in the hunt. He's on the fight. Back down around out of turn 2 they go. Here at the back straightaway, they bring him on in here as the 8 of Mark Sikosi got the outside line there of Wiggins. But remember what we've said in previous times here on PTM Racing TV, that outside line of Charlotte is not worth much if you can't get it done right. But somehow Sikosi gets it to work. He makes a huge run of momentum there on the outside. On down around now, Kruger trying to get in there as well. Wiggins and him going back and forth at it here. On down around out of turn 1, back down turn 2. Brian W. Wiggins here works it on through, but he's just got some company there with that working it on in of the 25 of Kruger, while DB Racing 77 now has got a full throttle assault coming to the leaders. He brings it on down out of turn 4 here. David Cassidy in the 3. Captain Morgan machine is still at odds with one another. No one seems to give an inch, but Wiggins gave an inch, and Kruger makes a huge run and a half and a huge spike up into position on turn 2. Back on around they go. Here they'll swing him on down, bound and a bye. They continue it on through. Well, through out of turn 2 they go. Here now down to turn 4 they'll bring it. As they continue it on in, Ryan W. Wiggins is doing battle here with 3 drivers behind him. Nicholas Wilson now enters into the fray. He wants to join the party. Back on around they get here. A little contact made there by BBA in the 53. The 77 holds his own. Full throttle assault coming though. Here they come down the back straightaway. On down around there, bring it on in, down out of turn 3, back down into turn 4 they go here. And Brian W. Wiggins is slowing up a little bit. I think he's losing ground here. Can Bartlett get around that? Can he find a rhythm in a moment there? Whoa, a little close there, I think, for him and Wilson's liking, but they hold it still. Down, out, around. They come on into turn 1 yet again here. They are still at odds with one another as the 3 there. David Cassidy is still trying to find something, maybe something going for him as the outhouse to the White House. 4 machines coming on in. In they go here. They'll swing it on turn 3, 4. Wilson sees the opening like the thief the night he is. He sneaks into that one. He snuck into the house. He got in there, and now he has found his way around. But he's still got time to make up there on Sikosi. Sikosi got a sizable distance on these drivers. Wiggins falling further and further behind, but at least we know he's got a pretty good 20 lap setup. That may come into play later. Shoots it on down around out of turn 3. They'll bring him on down, back down in turn 4. Here they go. Kyle Hanna and that outhouse to the White House. 4 machines trying to build up momentum as the Pride of Texas now joins it on in. The 33 of Caleb McCarthy looking for something. David Cassidy in that 3. Captain Morgan's machine tries to hold his own. A little bit of smoke coming out of the drivers there. They believe that's off of Sikosi. Sikosi has been passed up by Kruger. The battle right now, though, is currently right where we're at here with 3-4 drivers battling it through here on the back straightaway. We're on board here with McCarthy. We're going to show you guys how hard she's having to work that car in. Whoa! A little bit of a side draft there and a little bit of almost a run and a half there. Coming on down around, though, you see them building up there on the tri-oval. They will bring him into turn 1 yet again. And you can see Wiggins kind of bobbling there a little bit. And that bobble might cost him later. He'll try to see if he can hold it in. And to the outside there of Wiggins. Whoa, almost collide into one another there. Now McCarthy gets it full throttle assault. Oh, coming, not so much now. And we've got one upside down. Kyle Hanna gets tangled in the mess. And I think that car might just be going to the outhouse. Oh, no. It ain't going to the outhouse. It's going to the junkyard. That one just got totaled up and damaged up beyond repair. Let's go to the replay and find out where that started. You can see right here. We're going to show you what happened. Battle coming in quick and coming hard. And this is where trouble started for him. Unfortunately, right there, just kind of tagged in and nowhere to go and nowhere to be. And well, you're wondering where Kyle Hanna went. Well, he went the other way. He's already over there. He got some serious hang time and a little airborne there, and unfortunately went quite for a ride. Both drivers are okay. I'm getting word right now, although Kyle Hanna said that, yeah, I hope Crusader caught that because I'm hoping he's going for that one to go to the outhouse. Don't worry, I got you there, buddy. Down the back straightaway here, down out of turn 3, and you can see right there, all it takes is that little tap and that little spin, and your car is set in the air and flipped it around like that. Or even worse, in Hannah's case, just trying to get the tire back on. But nonetheless, he's got it situated out. The car is fixed up and back out on the track, and McCarthy has got it as well here. Looks like a lot of drivers going in pit side there. The affordable SEO, Mark Sikosi, is going on in, as well as the 25 of James Freddie Kruger and the 25 machine. And the JFK works it on out. He will get the run he's looking for off pit road. Following in pursuit will be the full throttle assault of Nicholas Wilson, and then the Fritz Lord Company number 5 of Brian W. Wiggins with the BB Racing of 77, Byron Bartlett. And the 3 of David Cassidy and the Captain Morgan rounding out that field there with Art Miller falling behind. So we'll bring him on back in here and try to see if we can get this one figured out and get this one situated here for a last minute stage lap race. I'm getting word we will be going to a commercial break here in a minute here, but before we do that, let's go ahead and see if there's anything going on in the comment section at the moment right now. Currently, no one else has joined us in. If you guys want to, you can go ahead and comment in there. We'll talk with you guys. We'll have a little chit-chat or two. You know what we like to do here on PTM Racing TV. We always like to get going with our fans, our friends, and family out there. But for now, we're going to cut it real quick to our little commercial break, so let's go have a word from our sponsors.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying them over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
So, welcome back everyone as we get them situated out here real quick, and on that, we'll get them situated in row by row. We'll re-rack, we'll restack, and you know what we'll do after that. James Kruger will be our race leader off this, as well as Mark Sikosi right behind him here. And Kruger did not go into pit road, so Sikosi, in theory, well, actually, I take that back. Kruger did go into pit road, so I do apologize. So in theory, actually, he has the better run on this start here because he did take tires and he did take a little fuel, while Sikosi took a little bit more fuel, it appears, than Kruger did. So that might help him for the long run here going into the next stage, but like I said, there's about 20 laps left in stage one here, so we'll see how they get it figured out. Work them on in, and yes, that does say full throttle assault on the front. I still have no words to say to that, I don't know, but working it on in the back, why not? Although that lady back there is highly, highly non-true, because there's no woman in the world that would look like that would ever want to go with the guy that says that. Seriously, who would in their right mind would do that? Nevertheless, as they bring it on down the round, Kruger, Sikosi, Wilson, Wiggins, Bartlett, and Cassidy are your top six, with Art Milne 15, Port City Pirates, with the Bottles Wraps Lightning Machine, if you want to call it that, 33 of McCarthy. And then the outhouse, the White House, 4 of Kyle Hanna. We'll round out the field here in this case. Frank Edwards and David Castelli having some damage trouble there, as you just saw there with Frank Edwards, unfortunately. We'll see if he's able to bring it on back out later in the race here. But it looks like we might be sticking with 9 drivers here on this restart. So as they bring it on down out of turn 4 to the front stretch of the tri-oval, Kruger waits. He waits patiently. He gets them run. He's off and running yet again. Back on around to that front straightaway here. Wilson, though, oh, you know what I'm going to say. Just read the front of the car there. That's what he's doing. On down out of turn 1, back down in turn 2. A little bobble there from Wilson. That just cost him precious time coming out of turn 2 there. Mark Sikosi in the 8, Affordable SEO Extreme Motorsports Machine has got some momentum going on in now, trying to work it on in to get to Kruger. While Wilson right now just tries to hang on for what it's worth here to stay in the hunt. Byron Bartlett now trying to challenge him on in on that front straightaway, the tri-oval. Can the BB Racing 77 get some momentum to kick up here with Nicholas Wilson in that 53 full throttle assault machine? We'll see as they come down and around on turn 2 here. They bring it on by here as the Captain Morgan Street now. David Cassidy going to give Byron Bartlett a little bit of a hand here. Swings on in down the inside line. He is pumping and he is huffing and he is running that car in. You can see that steering wheel moving around frantically. They're trying to get the car straightened out while also trying to shorten the track out. And on Charlotte Motor Speedway, that's easier said than done because of how loose and slick those entries can be, as well as the apex of the turn, which is right where you see Cassidy going to. That's generally where you'll see most drivers run from, but however, I have been told you can run the outside line a little bit if you got the right setup. Question is, do they have the right setup already? Because Wiggins in that Fritz Solar Company number 5 works it on down.
Got some momentum there, build up there to try to stay around there with the 25 there. Kruger falling further behind here. Sarkozy will take the late lead away. And stage one's about ready to come to an end here. We've only got about 18 laps, or 19 laps, I should say, remaining in this one for stage one. On down around that back straightaway they go here. Kruger trying to hang in there. Kruger trying to bull some here. Trying to stay in the hunt, trying to stay with it here. It's too bad we do not have Tyler Hunt right now, because we would love to call this one with him and saying he's on the hunt, he's on the prowl. But I guess we'll have to get with Kruger here, because he is kind of trying to pull up a nursery rhyme. He's saying, Kruger's coming for you. Brings on down to that back straightaway here, and we'll see how they work him on down. The BB Racing 77 on in here. Whoa, Frank Edwards getting a little bit up close and personal with their Kruger. I mean, it's not a Nightmare on Elm Street there, bud. You're not supposed to try and go after him here. But as they bring it on down that front stride oval here, a 3-wide salute may be in order here. They bring it on in. Edwards is trying to get out of the way. Kyle Hanna can't get out of the way to get back into that. But he's going to have to work it on down out of turn 2 here to see if maybe he can hold on for this one. Bringing it on back down around now. Art Milne in the 15 will working through, trying to build it up, trying to get something going here. He's trying to hang in there. He's just desperately trying to figure out a way to get around some drivers here. And Frank Edwards, talk about damage up on that machine there. Unfortunately, the damage is kind of set in and totaled up for him. Kayla McCarthy works on down that front straightaway here. She's now made a pass around Edwards, which will help her back in the running here. Working them on in now. We'll come down out of turn 2 here. Kind of a single car draft builds up here. Maybe 10 drivers out on the track, but they're 10 of the hardest throwing ARCA Series drivers that they've got with Old School League. Old School is definitely giving everything they can right now, trying to build up for what it's worth and trying to see what's going to go down here. David Cassidy in that 3. Captain Morgan machine brings on down the front straightaway here. He's trying to hold his own, trying to stay in this running. But to stay ahead of the curve and to stay ahead of trouble, you've got to find a way to get up ahead of all of it. And right now, he's just not quite doing there, but he's down in the back straightaway here. He holds his own, just kind of sticking in this one. Byron Barlett in the 77 BB Racing machine works on through out of turn 4 here. We're going to go on board here with him and show you where he's trying to corner off of. As so many drivers have done before, and very much like what Texas is. You see these drivers kind of work off like a road course on that tri-oval, and then they'll center it up here on that turn 1 and 4 and 3 for the entry. But I'll tell you right now, if you see very carefully, you see kind of that little ridge and hill that goes up. There's a little bit of a bump that can send the car a little sideways or loose. And with those ARCA cars, what we mentioned earlier with the top, the back kind of getting more upward, and the lower part kind of giving less room to kind of grab from the bottom, it really sets it up to where you have to set that car up to kind of even out the center plate as well. So your steering offset and steering ratio don't get you loose or get you off-center when you burn them in later in the race. But this being a stage race setup, I would not think that they set it up any more than about a 40-lap full run. If anything, they're probably trying to see if maybe they can also set it up for kind of a quick sprint 20 or 30 lap ordeal with those cars, but it's very hard to do because those tires on ARCA can burn up quick, as we've seen and mentioned here before on P10 Racing TV. But as they're working on down around there, still at odds with one another, everybody getting in the groove here. Neither driver seems to have the full wear and tear on the tire yet. Neither one seems to be kind of slowing up at all. Looks like they're just kind of making their own runs and their own momentum. But that 3 of David Cassidy definitely has something coming here from Byron. But Byron's able to hold up. He's able to hang in there and just kind of keep doing his own thing, not worrying about what's in the rear view. But I would be a little worried when you got someone who's got the front title known as Full Throttle Assault in front of me behind you. Here comes Nicholas Wilson working on down around that turn. Here he goes. He will build up the momentum, and he's now, looks like he kind of cornered off there a little hard there. Not quite what he was looking for, and that's going to finish him on back even further. Down and about out of turn 4 they go here. Cassidy down low. Yes, let's see where this goes. He comes on down that tri-oval section. Maybe about ready to deliver the low blow to the 77 of BB's Racing, Byron Barlett. Barlett goes straight down. He goes up high. Cassidy goes low. It's a low blow, and it just took Byron out of the game here. Hard pass for him there, but now Brian W. Wiggins got company here as the battle for second comes forth. Kruger looking to the outside line. Caution has come out. Frank Edwards has got trouble on the front stretch. We gotta take a look at the replay here and find out what happened here. It looks like some serious damage up on that 19 machine. Hard trouble and hard car there, and we're still not done with the stage here. He comes out of turn 4 there. He's already loose. You can see him out of turn 3, and then, oh, man. Right into the yellow barriers there, and let's just say when you're into those barriers, man, you don't want to be a part of that. That just sends you for a ride. We'll go on board with him here and see what he was seeing in that cockpit. I do warn anybody that is motion sick, this might not be for you. Let's take a look here. Comes out of turn 3, coming into turn 4. You see where the tires were spinning? That's what we were talking about earlier. When those rear wheels go, it's gone. And you just hear him just plow right into the water barrels. And really nowhere to go. And I think that was one of the most violent wrecks we've seen here on EST Racing TV in a while. We've had 2 already, but that one was pretty gnarly if you ask me. So as we get them situated out here, we'll get them all wound up and all taken care of. Frank Edwards is able to at least bring it back to pit road without a tow. And you can know right in his heart, he appreciates all that. He does not want to be towed out at all. McCarthy there in the 33 working in by the 5 of Brian W. Wiggins, the 53 of Nicholas Wilson, Kyle Hanna in the 4, and Wiggins actually getting a good run off that. He will be, looks like the driver that comes out 3rd off of that, so he will be the man to beat. And Mark Sikosi, nice little start off that. He will be the one that will lead them in for this next section, while James Kruger will get that 2nd slot and Brian W. Wiggins the 3rd. 4th is the Nick 53 of Nicholas Wilson and David Cassidy there. And the 3 will get that 5th. That's going to pretty much round out your top 5 in this case. So as we get them on ready down and about, we will get them situated out and we'll see what comes next. But I can tell you right now, man, these guys are just absolutely killing themselves out on that track, just trying to hold their own and trying to stick with it each time they run their race and run their line. And they've been just fighting every ounce of pressure and everything there. So we'll continue on through here. Talked about our top 5, 6 now. Caleb McCarthy in the 33. Byron Barlett in the 77. Kyle Hanna, the 4. And then Frank Edwards breaks it back out. So we'll see if he's able to get it situated out here and maybe have something for these drivers here. See the intensity, the tenacity these drivers always possess out on the track. They're always up for a good race and a good battle. They always want to find the better line, the better way to win and really showcase what they are capable of each time out, and we're definitely seeing it here. Taylor Kruger has joined us on in. She's saying good luck to our boy over here, JFK, James Kruger there at the 25. Matthew Offridge joined us on in as well still. He's saying, ouch, hard hit. I think he's referring to the Frank Edwards little bobble there, I would presume. Or he might be going back to the Kyle Hanna. We haven't checked the comments in a while. Chad McGough is saying, wow, what a ride now. I'm pretty sure these guys were talking about the little incident there for Frank Edwards. But nonetheless, it is time to stop talking about the wreck and start talking about the race yet again, because we are about to re-wreck, restack, and all that. As they continue them on down around, they'll get them situated out here. It's going to be very interesting to see who is going to be able to outperform and outpace the other here on this start and on this run.
There's definitely a lot that's going to go into for these drivers and what they can be. But, you know, it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes you get a good run in, and sometimes you get kind of the raw end of the ordeal. And that can happen sometimes to these drivers, and it definitely can come about when you least expect it. So we'll see if that comes into play. But with only a few laps here on the stage, you do know these guys are going to give, well, guys and gals, I should say, they're going to literally do what that 53 says on the front, a full throttle assault on this track right off that start. But as they come on around turn 4, the iRacing.com base car Ford Mustang machine will be told once and for all, for the love of us, get off the track so we can let the drivers get on and get at that. And he is bringing it on down around. Sikosi backs off for a sec. He does that a lot when he's about ready to gun it off the start. He does it here, and Wiggins caught off guard. So is Kruger there off that start. They're on back and forth. Here we go. The leader sets the tone, sets the pace, and they go when they want. That's why Sikosi likes to do it like that. Here he brings it on down around turn 1. They'll bring him on back into turn 2. They go. James Kruger in the 25 machine trying to work it on in that 25. He'll bring it on back down the back straightaway here. We've only got about 8 laps remaining after this one. Nicholas Wilson trying to hold his own, trying to stay more in the middle line here of the rhythm section, but Kruger's got something more for the bottom here on him. We'll see if that comes later into play here as he brings it on down around, continuing through. Right back and about here out of turn 2 they go. Here they hold them on. They build the momentum up. Ryan W. Wiggins has got something going here for Sikosi. Sikosi trying to defend. He can't get him there on that middle. Wiggins to the bottom, right off the apex of the turn, coming in at turn 3 into 4. Hits it nice and beautifully done there. The Fritz Solar Company machine gets ahead of the affordable SEO of the 8 and Mark Sikosi. There's only a few laps left in the stage. They're going to try to battle it on through and see which one can get the advantage here off that run. Neither driver seems to quit. Neither one wants to give. They're coming on down out of turn 2. Now they go. They are working for everything they've got. They are fighting for their life, if you will. And neither one can't seem to get the advantage on either or. And it's definitely showing at the moment. Right down on around on that front straightaway. Here they go. Here the tri-oval. 6 laps now out of stage 1 to complete. James Freddie Kruger in the 25 there works on down around as Captain Morgan's number 3 of David Cassidy has got some momentum going in there out of turn 2. Working it on back and around. Meanwhile, Kyle Hanna, he's working from that outhouse that you see on the front. He's trying to get what's in the rear to the White House. Gets it around Caleb McCarthy there in the 33. The Powell's Rafts PTM Racing machine unfortunately falls further and further back here. We'll see how long that plays out, though. It could just be a little bit of a bad start on her end, and she could be saving for later. You never know with her. Sometimes she's a bit of a crafty one, if I'd say so myself. Art Milne in that 15 machine gets it going here, trying to build up the momentum. Back down around out. Here comes David Cassidy right down to the bottom there on Kruger. Kruger tries to go, tries to run it. Can't quite get him there out of that corner. Will we see the slingshot effect switcheroo come into play? Back on around. Here comes a possible slingshot candidate host here. He brings it on down around at turn 1, and Cassidy closes the gap right on that. He says to him flat out, no, I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that strategy at all. They will not play that anywhere near here. No how, no way. The 25 of Kruger works it on in, trying to see if he can get back underneath him, get something going here. They're working on through down at turn 4. They swing it down to the tri-oval yet again, side by side with 3 laps remaining. Sikosi is right now falling further back of Wiggins, but he seems to be getting him more on the corners there. We'll see if that comes into play here in a minute as they keep it on through. They work it back down that back straightaway here. They're at odds with one another. Your battle for third is coming up coming for fourth, I should say, coming up pretty hard here. Now Sikosi's going to try to get something going here off that draft to Wiggins here as they get it on down out of turn 4. Drafting it on in, building up the momentum in the run here, trying to stick with it. Wiggins trying to hold off, trying to stay in it. Sikosi to the outside line. Now down around out of turn 2 they go. Contact almost made there on the back straightaway.
Either driver gets into it. We'll have one to go this next time by. They've got to hold their own. Here comes Nicholas Wilson. He's delivering it. It's the full throttle assault package coming to the drivers. He works it on through now that tri-oval. 1 lap to go in stage 1. Who will get the advantage here? Sarkozy brings it on down. He can't quite clear it though. Wiggins holds off. Drafted on in. Ah! Trouble there for Sarkozy, and they spin it out. And I believe that will end the stage. So Brian W. Wiggins will get the win in stage 1, I believe. But what on earth happened to Sarkozy there? Well, we weren't really any way to find out about that as I go to the replay. We kind of caught a glimpse of it right as it was happening. But unfortunately, Sarkozy kind of getting subdued by turn 2's little mishap there. Take another look at it here from another angle. Contact's made there. And Wiggins holds his own. Sarkozy tries to back off. Wilson gets into him, and he goes for a ride. Tough break there for the affordable SEO there at number 8 of Mark Sarkozy. He's been very strong in these races as of late. He's been really picking up the momentum and picking up the pace. If memory serves me, it was last time out in the South Carolina 250. Boy, did they have a battle there and have a hard run and hard charge. And it thankfully went, well actually it went straight to Sarkozy for him, and thankfully for him, he was able to hang tough and hang through it. So as I get it on through, I believe that was the end of stage 1 there. So Brian W. Wiggins will get the incredible win there he was looking for, and that will definitely set the tone to start for the next set, as we'll get 30 laps now. So bring it on down around. Wiggins will get the advantage off that, and he is going to be our hard charger off the pit road. He will be leading it on through. And the 3 of David Cassidy and the Captain Morgan machine will try to stick with it there with that 25 of James Kruger as well. So a lot of racing to be had here, guys and gals. A lot of racing to be done. Definitely a lot of time for both drivers. Oh, I should say all drivers, not both drivers. What am I talking about? To get situated out here and get something going. This next run come down. If you guys haven't already, be sure to like and follow us up here on Facebook, and go over to Twitter and like us up there as well, and follow us there for some more content. And then of course on YouTube land, we have exclusive content coming to you there. Our good friend Doug the Dad Burns is showcasing the Green Mountain Grills Truck Series coming Thursday night, and you can tell right now we're definitely got some strong drivers and some hard charges there. Yeah, don't want to miss any of the action. Be sure to tune on in and go check them out. 1 lap to green has been initiated here. The drivers are ready to go and get them all settled in and re-racked, restacked, and all that. We'll see how this one plays out here as they come on by out of turn 2 here. There's definitely a lot of racing to be had here to go, and definitely a lot of momentum for these drivers to carry through. Who is going to gain the advantage, who is going to conquer, and who is going to falter? We'll see, but right now our top 5 anyway, Wiggins, Cassidy, Kruger, Wilson, and Hanna are going to be our top 5 running through this one here. Well, like I said before, if you wanted the Crusader Crashback, talk with these guys, because apparently that is now a thing. I don't know whose bright idea was it to make that, but it's a thing apparently, guys. So yeah, in all honesty though, that is a very touching tribute. So we do, from all of us here at PC Racing TV, and yeah, we do appreciate that. And But out on the wild, down the front straightaway out of turn 4, we're off and running here. Brian W. Wiggins will build up the momentum and get him on going. 30 laps of the distance here for stage 2. And then 20 laps to remain off that last one. They'll bring him on back down out of turn 1 to turn 2. They go. Kruger tries to battle it hard early with Gasly. Gasly looks like he's got the upper advantage here. Brings it on down the bottom. Tries to sneak his way past Wiggins. Wiggins defends. I think he opened up his racing Bible. I think we all know where Wiggins went. He was trying to open it up to a block first. He went to Excel Chronicles block versus 20. When the time comes and the need of speed, I trust in the power of our Lord of Thee to make sure I can pull a block better than Logano can D. Whoa! And speaking of trouble, there, it looks like a tire going down there on Wiggins. Trouble there on that left front there. I saw that tire bobbling around. You see it there on the screen there. It looks like something might be wrong with it there. It seems to have got it centered out better as well. I don't know, maybe the tire guy did not put the tire on all the way, but it almost sent him for a ride. And speaking of going for a ride, Ryan Bartlett has gone for a ride out of turn 2. We're going to the replay here in a minute to find out. Watch out down there. Watch out. Watch out. Woo-hoo. That could have been ugly. Let's go find out what happened here. Some serious damage up on that front end there. Let's see where the trouble started for him. So they'll come on down that back straightaway here. They'll bring him back in. And you can tell right here there was definitely some trouble and some cause there. For Barletti, was already working it through. He had some trouble there to kind of corner it in. Oh, Art Milne. He was in the wall there, man. Byron had nowhere to go, and there was the front fender there of that front bumper, and the fender all went with Bartlett, and he had nowhere he was going. It's one thing I've learned though from my studies with ARCA is that if you just simply slam the brake a little bit, you'll knock that hood down like Bartlett just did. And I think he just kind of spun it around there trying to get it restarted. Yep. Unfortunately, that was the case, but let's go ahead and take a look at Art Milne's side of the story here and see what happened to him here. So you'll see him bring it on around turn 4. Let's see if he just kind of corners in. Yeah, he kind of cornered it in a little too tight, got a little too hard on the throttle. And unfortunately, that car did not quite run the same way he'd like it to, and it ended up costing him big time there. And a tough break there for Mr. Milne. And his return to the show, the big show that is Old School Racing League. Unfortunately, had some troubles there and some problems. Well, you know, drivers at home, we've gotten a lot of word from the leagues here about, which ones they like to see, which ones they like, see more of. But how about if you guys wanted to actually race with these guys? If you guys are interested, folks, I've gotten word and been told from the race officials here at Old School Racing League that they would like to add more drivers in. So if you guys are interested, comment below and also go over to Facebook and follow up Old School League, so that way maybe you can get in touch with them and get something figured out for the future. So if you guys are curious to race with them and figure everything out, they do run custom setups in the ARCA, but they are willing to work with you and get stuff figured out. So if you're interested, be sure to look them up on Facebook at Old School League. As we get them situated out, we'll re-rack and restack and hopefully get this one finished out with about halfway done in this one. We'll be right back though with this commercial message. And tonight's race has been brought to you in part by Affordable SEO and Marketing. Affordable SEO and Marketing, it's the only way to outrank your competition online today. So as we get them all situated out here, of course, also sponsored in part by our good friends over.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
And they will bring them on down around, guys. The drivers are ready to go here. And they are bringing them on back here. We're green flag racing yet again. On down and about around out of the front straightaway here at the tri-oval they go. Kruger not quite getting the run there he was looking for. They'll build him up down out of turn one, down turn two. They hit him in. The driver's looking for momentum, looking for runs here. Kyle Hanna having to hold off some tough competition. Here comes the Pride of Texas. McCarthy works that inside line, brings it up to the high side, gets it going here. She brings it on down out of turn four here with a run there over Kyle Hanna. Hanna's going to have to work that back in a bit. Might be saving up time, maybe saving up momentum here for a run. We'll see how that comes to be, but right now, you can definitely tell on our end right now where the battles are coming from. It's the top three doing battle here. Mark Sikosi trying desperately to get around these drivers, but this is not a three-wide track you want to take it at. But he thinks otherwise. He thought about it. He didn't quite get the run, though, he was looking for. David Cassidy blocking that one pretty hard on him. The Captain Morgan number 3 machine holds his own. Back on and around out of turn 4 they go here. The full throttle assault 53 of Nicholas Wilson. Still hanging on in, getting his run going here. Sikosi tries to see if maybe he can get something here on around Cassidy here out of turn 2. Back and around. Trouble there for Bartlett. Into the wall he goes. That'll open the door up to Miss McCarthy. Kayla McCarthy now brings it on down out of the back straightaway here to turn 3. Can't quite get the run. Can't quite get the showman. She's definitely on it though. She has something going for the drivers and trying to see if maybe she can finally get a winner in her winners column here for the ARCA series. It'll be her very first time winning in the ARCA series for any series, any league for that matter. She has won over 5 to 6 races here on Pedal to the Metal Racing League though. And of course, the Racing TV circuit, you've seen her win countless times from the Heat series to now on the iRacing series. Just a tough combatant who always knows how to run her race when the time comes. As they come on down the front straightaway here though, they build him up and get the runner down. James Kruger is just trying desperately to tell Brian W. Wiggins a little nursery rhyme, but he can't quite get to him in time to tell him. I think he might be hearing it now. He brings it on down the back straightaway. I think he's going to sing it. Say it with me, folks. 3, 4. James is coming for more. Down, out, around, out of turn 4 they go. Builds up the momentum. Can't quite get it there as Cassidy gets her a little loose there as Nicholas Wilson and them challenge on in. And that opens the door wide open to the affordable SEO of Mark Sikosi. Sikosi battles him on in down at turn 2. They work him on back out. The exit there will tell the tale. Sikosi trying to hold his own, trying to see if maybe he's got something here while Wilson does an immediate run around. Turn 3 tells the tale. Turn 4 will say where we go from there. Ah, not quite what they were looking for when we're talking full throttle assaults. David Cassidy and Nicholas Wilson up into the binders there at a turn 4 and they collide. And caution will come out. Not sure who's at fault and we're not sure what happened. Let's take a look at the replay. Bring him on down around out of turn 4 here. They collide a little bit and it looks like maybe just a racing incident because neither driver seemed to intentionally come down that quick. Obviously Cassidy wasn't ever intending to get kind of turned in like that, but you know, Nicholas Wilson, I can bet you as well, was not really expecting to kind of come through with turn 4 and unfortunately not really get the spot he was looking for there. Going more here with Mr. Cassidy. You can see how hard they are charging through this field. Now they're hard to battle through. That's one thing the old school league is always known for is those hard battles and hard runs. Try to outdo one another. You can see it right here when Wilson comes down. That's all it took right there is that little tag. Spun it on around. He has nowhere to go there. Tries to save it and get the momentum back, but was not to be. So they will bring him on around.
around yet again, and with 42 laps left in this one, they will get situated out and see who's going to gain something here. They'll bring him onto the pit road here. It looks like Brian W. Wiggins and James Kruger will be our front runners here as they lead them on into pit road. We'll see which one gets out first. Bring it on in. They will get it through. Our three top drivers going in there right now. Sikosi trying to see if maybe he's got something here for him. Cassidy in a little bit late there, I might add. Looks like he's trying to work it onto the right side though instead of the left side. Wiggins tries to run it out. Can't get him there, and it looks like Kruger will get the better advantage off that. And Sikosi gets second in there. Brian W. Wiggins has got time to make up, but he's got time ground he's got to figure out. While Kyle Hanna in the outhouse of the White House 4 machine will get his wish and go right into the 4th slot. You get a good look at our track and our field of drivers here on this little sky cam here. Beautiful layout of Concord, North Carolina's Charlotte Motor Speedway. Beautiful track, and of course, if you guys are curious if that name sounds familiar, yes, Concord Speedway is about 15 miles north of here. About a 23 minute drive, if you will, by car. Not a bad drive. We haven't been out there just yet, but we have been running over at Concord for quite a while. We know what it's like over there. It's definitely an interesting kind of track, as I think it said it best on here was like the mini Pocono of iRacing is the best way to explain it. As our rest of our drivers working them on in through. In our chat real quick, Christina Marie Bezara, I hope I said your name right, saying, way to go, brother, number 1. Well, there's no number 1 out here, so I think I may be missing somebody here, but nonetheless, thanks for joining the chat here, Christina. It's great to have you on in. And then Rodney Christensen saying, great time to be watching live racing. Great racing out there as well. Yes, sir. It's great to have you aboard and great to have you on in. And again, guys, if you haven't already, share us around so you can get more views on this. The drivers know you're here and they know you're coming and they know they're listening in them. Always love it when you guys tune on in and give them a little fan support to help them, let them get everything to put on a show. So we'll work them on down around now and get them situated out here down that back straightaway, and we'll see Kruger be the leader off of this. We will see how long that comes to be here. We'll see them coming on around out of turn 4. I think it might be time to open up a few Racing Bible verses because we're getting closer to that. And down out of turn 4, watch that start and watch that run. Will Kruger get the run he's looking for off this? He comes on down to the front stretch of tri-oval section, gets the run off that. And Kyle Hanna was kind of waiting for him to do that there as he builds it on up. He about made a pass around Sikosi, but couldn't quite get the momentum to carry through. Down around out of turn 1 they'll go here, back in here. They will bring it on through as they work side by side with one another. We're running low on laps here. There's only 20 laps left in this one for stage 2. And then the final 20 lap heater coming their way at the end. Back on around they'll go here, battling side by side there. Kruger loses time and ground. Now Nicholas Wilson is on the hunt. He's got that sign up on that front of that car for a reason. You know what he wants to do. He brings it on down out of turn 2. Meanwhile, right behind all of them here, Caleb McCarthy in that 33 having some serious competition there with Cassidy yet again. David Cassidy trying to hold his own there in the Captain Morgan 3 machine, bringing it on around out of turn 3, down into turn 4 here. They work him on by. McCarthy not trying to play a Cinderella story. She's not that kind of gal. She's trying to play the one you don't mess with Texas story, where she shows up and just kicks your butt and does everything she has to win. And she right now is having to hold off with a little bit of that pirate booty, if you will, from Cassidy, because the Captain Morgan's 3 machine has got more run going for him, and now Byron Barlett is going to expose that on McCarthy and make her pay. Down and around out of that turn 4 section they go. Here they build him up and get the momentum riding it wild here. Sikosi still trying to hunt it through and hunt him down.
while Nicholas Wilson, the 53, is just trying desperately to get anything going here. Down the back straightaway they hit it. Here the 25 of James Gruder. Still trying to get something going here. Still trying to see if maybe there's something for this one here as they're working it on in. As the front of that car would suggest. And honestly, it feels like I'm repeating myself when I look at that car. But then again, what am I doing here in the booth? Meanwhile, Brian W. Wiggins in that 5 now. Building up some ground here. Maybe trying to get something in this with these drivers. Either one seems to have the advantage here. Wiggins gets a little loose there out of that corner. Unfortunately, both drivers getting a little bobbly. They'll hold it on down. They'll hold it through here, keeping it up for what they can. They'll see if maybe they get something going. That 4, Kyle Hanna, man, he's just doing everything he can in his power to run with these guys and run through. But you can definitely tell there's a lot of interference with that car on the track and with the other drivers right now, what they're doing. He didn't quite set it up as well as I feel like he could have. You can see that red line there. If he gets up into the 8.5s, 9s, that's going to be a danger point because that can burn that engine up alive in there. So he's got to be careful about that. Nonetheless, a little bit of hard charging through on that front straightaway here. Still hanging in there with these guys. Mark Sikosi currently, though, right now, really 20 seconds ahead of Wilson. I think Wilson right now needs to start figuring out something to get those tires gripped in a little bit better and maybe start to build up more momentum because Sikosi right now does not look like he's going to give him any chances if he tries to get up there with him. On out of turn 4 they go here. Wilson tries to say a word, say a prayer, and maybe open up his racing Bible to Excel Chronicles verses 9. Can't stop, won't stop. With the Lord of Speeds, my car will not be topped. He brings it on down out of turn 2. Sikosi, though, might be reading from that same Bible verse here as he keeps it on down out of the back straightaway here. Holds his own, building up the momentum. That's something I would love them to do if they ever could. Someone please make a racing Bible verse scheme car. That would be amazing, please. As they're working on down that front straightaway, try oval section. Sikosi gave room up, gave time up to Neil Wilson. Wilson was not able to secure the line, that would secure the grip of the car, but he's gonna get it at turn 2 though, maybe. Not yet. Val helped to build the draft back up. That fresh, clean air that Sikosi is getting here is really helping him build up better time to stay on in it here. What's the difference between clean air and dirty air? Well, clean air means you don't have anything in front of you got to worry about and nothing you have to deal with. Whereas with dirty air right now, that Wilson has kind of put himself through. He's just trying to hold it on and trying to keep the airflow in the car to get more rhythm and ground up to stay into the track so that way the tires can dig in a lot better. But there's a big thing also known as the draft that Wilson just exploited on Sikosi for the race lead. With the draft, it closes the gap on that dirt and the airflow around your car to help build the momentum up and build something around there so that way the aerodynamics can grab in better and the car can center out better, shortening its run and shortening its length and width that it has to take. As caution has come out. Whoa! Kyle Hanna. Want to talk about damage up on that machine. He's got some serious damage there. Let's go to the replay and find out what happened. They bring it down the back straightaway here, down turn 3. And work him on in. And Cassidy get in there. He sneaks it on the bottom. Contact's made. And Bartlett and him go for a ride. And oh no. Cassidy, unfortunately, in the second caution, starting that one up. Both drivers taking a nice lick and a half there. Holy smokes. Taking a look at it from another side of the angle here. We'll show you guys on the cockpit what it looked like for them. This is the moment leading up to it here down the back straightaway here. So they carry it through, carry the momentum on in, and right there, contact's made and sends Cassidy for, sends Hannah for a ride, I should say, and Cassidy just kind of felt her on through, and unfortunately, not quite what he wanted to have happen. work them on by. We'll bring them out and pit stop here, pit road, and we'll see which one's going to get the advantage here. Nicholas Wilson currently trying to maintain grip and line here, but you know Brian W. Wiggins and that Fritz Solar Company is definitely trying to get that back. He was the stage 1 winner, so we'll see if he's able to do it yet again here in stage 2 and do a clean sweep maybe in stage 3 with only 20 laps that he's got to complete. But we all know what Wilson's capable of and what he will do if it means being a race winner here. Who could forget the battle at Auto Club where him and Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn just went to war in a close photo finish. As Kruger actually is getting a better jump off that, he'll get it back out quicker. And Wilson will follow soon second with Wiggins in third. Fourth to Cassidy, Art Millen 15 to fourth. Actually, Mark Sikosi will get the run there, so Kruger will have to try to battle off that. But again, going back to what we were talking about at Auto Club, it was a tremendous battle and finish all the way through. But that finish there where Robert Kahn just kind of used up a little too much, too late, or too soon if you will. And all of a sudden, this man right here, Nicholas Wilson, in that 53 machine, he just absolutely went to pound town on that thing. And he managed to get the run he was looking for and get that spot that he needed to claim victory. It definitely was a good show and a good race there from these drivers, and I think probably one of, if not the best times we've seen Old School League at their finest when it comes to racing and purist stuff. They were giving it everything they had, man. They definitely were running up good. But nonetheless, as the one to go has been initiated here, Mark Sikosi yet again will get his wish and get the top spot ahead. And there's only 12 laps they've got to complete. Actually, 11 laps off this restart they have to complete if they want to get the spot going for them. We'll see the drivers and the stars come back to life here in a little bit. Looks like some damage up on the other drivers as well. They're still down in pit side there. Caleb Lopez is rooting on that 5 machine there. Brian W. Wiggins. Lopez, good to have you on the show. Good to have you on the comment section, bud. Hope you guys are enjoying the show at home as well. We do appreciate everybody tuning on in, of course, each and every time out. Without you guys, well, this show would be boring. And I would have nothing to do other than just sit at home and waste my life away while 2020 keeps ruining it. But nonetheless, as we get them on out of turn 3, we'll see them come on down to turn 4 here and see which one's going to be able to outpace and outdo the other here. Come back around here, folks. It is time to bring the drivers to the restart, and the stars and the cars will let it run hard. And maybe then some. Down on the front stretch, Sikosi leads it, and there is 11 laps left in this one for stage 2. Looks like some troubles there for Kruger there, unfortunately. Looks like maybe having some timing issues there with the internet connection. That may come back in later to haunt him. He'll have to be careful about that. Down that back straightaway, here he goes. Works it on in, on around turn 3 they go here now on in, and they will hold it up and hold their spots alive here. All drivers looking for their runs, looking for their jump here. Nicholas Wilson gets a little close up onto the wall though. But that doesn't seem to have phased him too much there. Mark Sikosi currently is still your race leader by a good chunk and a margin there on him. As they work him on down around there, Wiggins now a little bit looser as well. Wiggins got a little loose out of turn 2 there. You saw the bobble there coming off that car. He was not able to quite stick it there where he needed to. He seems to have got it re-racked, restacked, and freshened up there, but right now he's just trying to hard charge it against Nicholas Wilson and get back up in the front with only a few laps left in this one. Now this is going to all be about cornering and how you hit your spot and how you hit your mark, especially considering where you're at and what you're doing on the track right now. Wiggins is doing everything he can to keep it going here, trying to stay in this. Down and about the back straightaway we go. Work them on in. Wiggins looking for something here, maybe to get up to Sikosi. He's starting to gain ground on him here, but does he have the time? Does he have the momentum? He thinks he does. He may be thinking what Wilson's got on the car and doing a full throttle assault up on this track to Sikosi. Work on back down around David Cassidy and that 3 machine. Not out of the hunt yet. Down that back straightaway they go here, though. Nicholas Wilson holds it on through here down turn 3. Oh, contact made there by Wilson and Twiggins, and contact made to Cassidy to Wilson. Well, they save it there, but unfortunately, Wiggins gets a love tap and a half from Wilson. Sends him loose and sends him spinning, but he's able to actually recoup it. Nice driving on his end, but let's take a look at the replay here. Oh my, folks, watch him on down. Take him on down that back straightaway here. You can see Wiggins doing everything he can to defend off and block. Trying to pull Logano to Harvick there at Kansas a couple of nights ago. Nice save there by Wiggins, though. He was able to bring that car back from no man's land on the top of the hill there. And when he banked it off the top shelf, he was able to keep it stable and keep it running. And that definitely was a key factor. And he just got in there at Byron Bartlett, it looks like. Well, we can't quite go to the replay at the moment and take a look and see what happened there exactly. That is the word we're getting right now, so we'll let them go on through the pit stop here and see what they've got on the line here. You see the cameras kind of keep an eye on the drivers here, working on back down. Cassidy thinks he's got something here for these last 7 laps that he's got to complete in order to win stage 2. We'll see if that is the case here as they continue them on through. I can definitely tell you there's a few fast repairs getting used up, and some drivers unfortunately getting put into the back of this one here tonight. So we'll bring him on around here and get him down in. Sikosi will get the pit stop again that he's looking for. And Art Milne is opting to stay out, as well as David Cassidy there. That could send them in a little bit of a spiraling issue here for later on, but we'll see how that goes now. But it's good to see Art Milne finally kind of building up some momentum. He told me earlier that, you know, hey, yeah, I just need to build confidence back in myself, man. I've been just faltering so many times. I've been letting myself go so many times. It's time I just start saying, you know what, enough of that. I'm going to do my thing, my way, my style. And good on him, in my opinion, for doing that, because he's definitely been showing a more mature style to his racing and more capabilities that he is capable of than we know of. So we'll see how that works on now for him. I believe this will be the one to go this time by. They'll have 27 laps to complete. Nope, that does not appear we're getting the white one to go yet. They are saying we're still needing some drivers back out on the track first. As you see, it looks like that is the 77 there at BB Racing's Byron Bartlett. So they get them fixed up and situated out here. They'll bring them on down around, and we will get them all wrapped up and see if we can get this one figured in here for another run here. See, some of the drivers unfortunately have kind of parked it for the night or packed it on in. They just can't quite keep the cars going anymore after all the trouble they've had to deal with here tonight on this track. Tough break to say the least for some of them, and really hard to hear because, I mean, let's be honest with you, a lot of folks out here, they will run their tail ends off and they know how to run really well when it comes to this stuff and how they battle it in, but unfortunately tonight, not the case here and not the case being. So they will have to work it on in and see if maybe they can get this one done right for the next time out. And the next time out just so happens to be over at Iowa Speedway. We're going to my land, folks. We're going to my territory. So if you're gonna, I'm gonna tell right now to Wiggins. I'm gonna try it right now, real quick, to Wilson, Kruger, and Hannah. If you guys are gonna run those schemes, you all better run it over there at Iowa Speedway, because that is home turf for me. That's home, baby. It doesn't get any better than this. So now the one to go has been initiated here. We're going to get them situated out here. But of course, before we get to Newton, Iowa next week, we are still here at Concord, North Carolina, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Whoa, easy there, Wiggins. Easy! Whoa! I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he just got a little too throttle happy there and what happened exactly, but he unfortunately gets a little love tap from Wilson there. I'll see if there's any damage there on Barlett's car. Doesn't appear to be any. A little side damage there, and looks like maybe a little skirmish on the bottom. But that's about it. Everything else seems to be a-okay. The drivers are definitely tore up and beyond repair on some of these things. Art Milne saying he is on the lead lap and he's currently leading it, which is not the case. They'll battle him on through, though. He will have that 3 of David Cassidy to work off of on the start here on turn 4. We'll see if he's able to hold his own and get the momentum going here. Down and around down that front straightaway we go. It's green flag racing yet again. As they work them on down around, they will build up the momentum here as they continue through. They will work them on with that 25 there of James Kruger trying to get something to go. Maybe seeing some line movement there. He has to deal with Art Milne there in the 15. Ah, trouble there for Wiggins. Down turn 2, Wiggins goes for a ride and a half, and that car definitely took a beating. Nicholas Wilson now trying to hold his own with Art Milne right there in the hunt. A 3 wide saloon initiated. Milne and Barlett almost getting into one another. They hold it though. Great driving on their end and great save to hold it out. Nicholas Wilson right now is just trying to see if maybe he's got something left in the tank here. Finish this one on out. The 3 there, David Cassidy right now is currently our race leader with only 5 laps left in this stage 2 battle here. What a finish this would be if he's able to keep it going and keep it on through. He needs this more than anything right now, and he's definitely holding on to it. Down and about, on around they go here. They will continue this one on through. Mark Sikosi is still on the hunt. A little bit of trouble there for Bartlett. Down on a turn 2 there, he gets loose and sideways, manages to hold it out and save it, but he gets right into the outhouse, White House of the 4 of Kyle Hanna. Hanna tried to stay in there and try to bottle on through, but unfortunately couldn't quite get through that necessarily as clean as he wanted to. We're working on down that front straightaway here, and they're all at odds with one another. Mark Sikosi in the 8 machine, giving it everything in his power to rally them on in and stay ahead of the disadvantages that comes with this track. You can see as they come down out of turn 3 here, Sikosi is now getting a full charge, just ready for coming. He must have found something that's not an Apple iPhone 11, because he seems to have the Samsung Galaxy S11 right now, because he's got a charger coming with it. The hard charge from the 8 of Mark Sikosi builds it on down around. He's got it going here. Brings it in down that back straightaway here. David Cassidy, you got company, you got trouble now. Sikosi wants this one. He swings it on down out of turn 3, down turn 4 they go. Cassidy back down to the bottom, though. He tries to get him off that run. We've got 2 to go. 2 laps remain on stage 2. Who's going to take this one over? Who's going to take this one in? Back on around. They'll hold him on through. Cassidy has got it coming for Sikosi, but Sikosi is doing everything he can to block and defend. That's another Logano Harvick situation here as they bring him on down out of turn 3 into 4. They continue it on in. They build up the momentum. They work it on down around. 1 more to go. Sikosi with the race lead and the spot at hand for him. Now can he claim it? Now can he finish? Wait a minute. That is the yellow flag is out. I believe that actually was stage 2's end. So Sikosi will be our race winner there on stage 2. So now we've had 2 different winners on each stage now. Wiggins and Sikosi. And there's 20 laps remaining in this one. What a sight and what a run here for these guys. They've definitely been giving it everything they can here. Definitely been battling all the shots, all the fights. They have come to a stop here. We will let you in on what's going on here in just a second. They have brought them back to life now. They are set up and ready here. And the driver's getting back under wrap here. Obviously, they're paying a little bit of a tribute there on that little stop there. All the drivers coming together here, taking it through, kind of getting situated out here. Definitely a good showing of respect from the drivers here and everybody down and around. So as they were posting them up there, Brian W. Wiggins and Mark Sarkozy, the 8, doing a little bit of a park job there, kind of giving you guys a little heads up on who was who on those stage race there. We'll see if maybe any of the drivers would like to talk with us here real quick. I know some of them have been awfully quiet, so I think it might be time to wake them up a little bit. We'll see though. Some of them might not want to talk with us here, and I wouldn't blame them. Let's go ahead and bring him on in here real quick, folks. All right, real quick, folks, everyone at home, this is Kyle Hanna here in the 4. Kyle, you got a read on us, bud?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir. Hey, been a pretty wild ride here for you tonight here on the track. I know we haven't really been talking with anybody since the race started, but we thought it'd be a good time to get you guys in on these last few stages. You've been kind of hanging in there and kind of pulling back a while. What do you got to do on this final stage, though, to really make a hard charge to get up to the front?
Well, you know, Chris, my car's pretty good in the first 10 laps, and so I'm hoping that really helps me out. I'm trying to unlap myself right now, but yeah, it's been a lot of ups and downs, and you know, we'll see what happens. So I'm out of repairs, and what happens happens.
Definitely there indeed, but so far, I mean, despite the fact that the car looks like something that only you guys could come up with, I mean, that car definitely has been holding up quite well. You definitely have had a few wrecks there as well, and is that something that kind of you get a little worried about here on this final stage? I know you did say you only had one last chance at this because you don't have any more white instant repairs there.
Yeah, you know, it's something I'm worried about. I was a little worried about the setup, to be honest, but it seems like we're about on par with the rest of the field. You know, I gotta say the Team Extreme, they are hot on those first 5 laps, so you know, catching them is gonna be a challenge. So you know, anything can happen. So I'm excited, Chris.
Absolutely indeed. Well, Kyle, thanks again for taking the time to join us here. We'll talk with one of your fellow drivers here in just a little bit, but nonetheless, good luck to the finish, and we'll see how it all comes down for you, buddy.
All right, thanks, Chris.
All right. That was Kyle Hanna and the 4, everybody, talking with us here. Oops. Okay. Whoop. So it looks like we had to jump into another segment here to kind of get situated out. So they're bringing on down around the 1 lap to go has now been completed here. Kyle Hanna will get situated out here and see what he's got going down. And like you heard him just a minute ago, he's got a full-on charge coming. He just needs to get the run and get our way around those Team Extreme Motorsports guys. Obviously, you talk about Sarkozy and that 8, of course, and Brian W. Wiggins in that 5. As they get ready to go here, this will be the time, the place, and all that to finish this one out.
we'll see how it all comes down. Don't tune out just yet though, guys. We still got a couple laps left in this one, 20 laps to be exact, and you just know there will be a lot of hard moves and hard passes if they want to win this one. But again, they've got to be careful because they are working in on, frankly, broken down tires and a setup that might not be holding up as well as they'd like to here. So this really is going to be the telling of the tale. Who gets that run and who gets that jump, and it looks like they're going to stay out for a little longer. Kyle Hanna is putting it down at pit road here. Quite a few drivers have left, unfortunately, due to mechanical issues, or they ran out of fast repairs. Kayla McCarthy being one of them, so is Frank Edwards in the 19, and then David Caselli in the 24, unfortunately following in suit. So 8 drivers now are left to battle it out here. Emma McLaughlin has joined us on in now as well, saying way to go to the drivers, and great battling here from everybody as well. It's good to have everyone still tuned in with us and talking with us. Again, we do appreciate you guys at home. Always love having you guys out here. It definitely means a lot to have everyone at home still watching, and just a little personal bias on my end. It is kind of nice showing my ugly mug and my face up on these cars, the 4, the 53, and the 25. So, but definitely appreciate the gesture from the drivers there, and definitely appreciate everything Old School League does. So again, if you guys are curious, though, look them up on Facebook. They are always hiring up some new drivers, getting everyone situated out. So if you guys are interested, they are acquiring drivers. So we'll see them all come on down about one more time around, and then it will be time to bring the stars and the cars back into this one here and get situated in, see where this one will go out. Will it go out with the bang like we've known before, or will it go out with something different, something new we haven't seen yet? You never know, but we're going to get them situated in there. And there's only one way to find out, and that's to have them race. Alright, folks, it is now time. We've got them all situated here. They're re-racked, they're restacked, and, well, you know what, they're all that. They are on and about. It's time to go to work here. See what these drivers are made of and what they can do exactly here. I'll tell you one thing off that start though, Sikosi is going to be looking for the hard charge right out of the gate. He wants that run that he wants to get right out of the battle. He wants to stay ahead and get everything kind of going more his way. He wants to see where that will stick and where it will go, and you just know when he gets it going, man, he will get it going. So there is a lot going on here between these drivers. Here we go, folks. Bring them on down turn 4 here. Let's try to get as many people as we can viewing this one on in, and they're still staying under caution, it looks like. The race officials are telling them we need to get situated out a little bit better than that, guys. And now they are saying they will be good to go this next time by, so hard to tell at this point. Well, looks like Brian W. Wiggins has got to get some time back from earlier, so that is the reason why, in this case, why they are still under yellow. Get a good look from another camera angle here. This is literally the side view of the iRacing.com pace car cam. See Sikosi just kind of get a little bit too close for his liking, I would say, but you know, when you're in that pace car, you got to deal with the momentum in the field that these drivers will possess. But nevertheless, the affordable SEO number 8 will come on around and hopefully get himself a good jump off the start here as they work him on down that back straightaway here. You also got that 3 of David Castetti looking to try to claim the top spot and a victory here.
He's got a lot of work to be had here to do. I believe they will stay under the yellow if they come by out of turn 4 and Wiggins is not caught up, so they can get everyone situated out here for this final stage, if you will. This is their last chance to win it all here. See what the call is. They're coming on down out of turn 4, and yep, that is the call. Want to give everybody a fair shake and a fair chance. Good on them for doing that, but I can tell you right now, the fans are getting a little angsty, and I gotta believe these drivers are getting a little bit anxious in those cars. Well, nevertheless, though, before we do continuing on in here, folks, I want to remind you guys at home tonight's race is brought to you in part by Affordable SEO and Marketing. With Affordable SEO and Marketing, it's time you outrank your competition today. To learn more about them, visit them up on Facebook to see more information. Feel the adrenaline, you can feel that build up, you can feel all that. It just tenses your body up, it tenses you up in general, and it just gets you going, man. It's just one of those things, you can't explain it. It just absolutely gets you like nothing else can when we're about ready to go green, or we're about ready to get the final races in of the night. It's just something only in racing that really you can feel kind of that tension in the wheel, the tension in the feel and everything, because you're just trying to hold out on so many levels and so many areas to become the champion, to become a race winner, and being an all-star. This is definitely meaning a lot to these drivers, and I know it from personal experience because I've ran in all-star races before, and it's hard, man. Just to even stay, you even came close to getting that victory, coming into position. It's a very dangerous, it's a very scary thought, because you just don't know when, or what will happen next. But nonetheless, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it here, and you gotta do it now. So here we go, and I believe this will now be our time to get them ready and get them going. Get our Wiggins in the background. He's continuing on through. He's getting everything situated out and kind of bringing it up and about. Nope, still currently a few laps down, so we'll give him another chance here. It's not done just yet, guys. Not quite, not quite. So those at home, again, we do pick you off. If you are tuning on out a little bit here tonight, we do really wish you'd stick around and watch this one with us and get finishing them out. But if you are tuning out, we do want to say thank you again to everyone, and thank you all for tuning on in. But it looks like we're now finally getting a green flag racing here. They'll bring it on down out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway we go. Green flag flies high, and they're rocking and rolling. It's time to go racing yet again. Back on around that front straightaway here. The 3, David Cassidy tries to build up the momentum, trying to get something going here. Brian W. Wiggins still working off lap traffic there on his own. Then hard charge coming on around, hard charge throughout and about. He comes down that back straightaway here. David Cassidy in the 3 works on down the Captain Morgan machine, while Mark Sikosi tries to hold his own here. They are running out of laps, running out of time. This is definitely starting to wager more into the favor there of Cassidy. Can he find a way around that and stay in his position that he wants? Back on around, they go down out of turn 1 to turn 2. Up on the high side goes Nicholas Wilson. Wilson tries to up to the high round, trying to maybe if he's got something there, but he can't quite get it to go. Kyle Hannon now going from that outhouse to the White House. He works him on in, maybe seeing if there's something left in the tank. He heard him just a minute ago. All he wants to do is just say he tried. Give it a chance. And you know, when this car runs as hard as it does, you know, he will put everything it's got to its max and its and down around turn 2, though, it does look like he's got something coming for him. He goes around down in the back straightaway past Wiggins. Wilson and Han are going to go back out of here. The teammates know what's going on there. They know what they've got to do. They've just got to stay ahead of the curve. One down around. We are now going to be at 16 laps left in this one. And now the teammates will do battle here down out of turn 1. Kyle Hanna is trying to hold his own on the bottom. The 53 there, Nicholas Wilson brings it on down that back straightaway here, holding his own here, trying to see which one can outdo the other. But on down around out of turn 3, carries it through hard on the momentum. The full throttle assault has been delivered. It's the 53 there of Nicholas Wilson. Wilson gets the jump, gets the going there on that front straightaway. He holds his own now as James Kruger falling further and further behind. So is David Cassidy. Mark Sikoski, you heard Hannah talk about it earlier. Those first 5 laps these drivers have on the start, it absolutely wears and tears on you, and it can just be absolutely troublesome when it comes to trying to keep up with them. And it's definitely showing now. As you get on the onboard camera here with David Cassidy, you see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get somewhat of that draft back from Sikoski. But it's just not quite giving as much as he wants it to give and not taking as much as he needs it to. And the car is just not doing what it needs to be having at now. As Art Millen in that 15 stays ahead here. Brian W. Wiggins back on the lead lap and currently just dealing with some troublesome territory there. Back out around now. Brian W. Wiggins is just falling further and further back. He might have burnt the tires up just trying to get up into the position just to even get back on the lead lap, unfortunately. On down around out of turn 2. Wilson will go for it here, harder and harder on the throttle, but I don't know if he's got enough time to get up to Sikoski. At 25, James Kruger brings it on back down around now, works it in there, going down on the front stretch of turn 4 to the tri-oval. Back down that back straightaway they go here. Cassidy is still holding off for what it's worth, trying to keep the Captain Morgan's number 3 in line, trying to maybe see if he's got something here. But Sikoski is just falling further and further ahead of the pack and the run. You can see that affordable SEO Extreme Motorsports machine has just been on a tear and on a rail all night long. Has yet to really have been topped and yet to really have been in the odds for these drivers and really trying to keep them going. Brings them on down around turn 3 here. Go swinging on by in. Down about turn 4 we go. Here they continue the momentum on around. Sikoski is just giving it everything he can with 10 laps to go. I don't think he's got to worry too much right now. He's just got to stay focused. Right behind all of them, Brian W. is currently holding up the rear in the 7th slot. Byron Bartlett is out. McCarthy is out. Edwards is out. And Castelli is out of this one. You got 7 drivers challenging that man right there, the number 8 of Mark Sikoski. Meanwhile, that 25 of James Kruger is starting to deliver some hard times on that 3R right now, building up the momentum. Works them on down around now. We've got our eye on David Cassidy here. So you get a good look on his onboard camera here and where he's holding on to and where he's getting the back straightaway here. He's got Kruger right behind him coming up. Don't worry, that's not us, and you see him blinking in and out. That's because, unfortunately, the internet's not quite working as well for him on that end. So he's going to have to get that taken care of as they work him on down that back straightaway here. They work him on through. Kruger trying to get something going here, trying to maintain a level of momentum and pace to catch up here and see if he can get something around here. But Sikoski right now is almost in candy land right now, I would say, because he is just getting so much sweet air, fresh air compared to everybody else on that track, and that's really what's helping him out here. James Kruger right now is just desperately, and I mean desperately, trying to find something to get around Cassidy. Cassidy keeps making mistakes there on these inside and outside lines. Kruger keeps going in and out though a little bit, and now it's starting to get more into the favor there of Cassidy. Cassidy works it on down around. He gets the momentum going here, carrying on through. Makes it through. Kruger gets the run he needs and bats down that back straightaway here. We'll have 6 laps left in this one. Down and around they go here out of turn 4 here. 6 laps now left with Sikosi leading them on in. Cassidy giving it all it's worth and Kruger doing his own thing here while Nicholas Wilson at 53. Man, you want to talk about really just laying it down hard and far. He gave it a good hard charge, but unfortunately, as we've noticed and mentioned a lot before, sometimes it's just not enough. Bring him on down that back straightaway here. They continue it on in. Down and about out around out of that front straightaway they go here. They're still trying to stick with this one, still stick into the hunt, maybe get on around. But you can see Cassidy's now finally getting the momentum built up to catch up there with Kruger. Kruger's doing everything he can though. On down around out of that back straightaway here, they will bring him on in. Apparently they want a close-up of that forward car of Kyle Hanna, so we'll give you an idea of what it looks like from the top view and the side views. Yep, that's what it looks like there, Deborah Shriver. That's what the car itself looks like. If that's what you're curious about, there you go. But nonetheless, back to the action here. The 3 of David Cassidy and Kruger. Your battle for second. All drivers at odds, all drivers looking to build this one on in and see who's going to get the advantage here. But right now it looks like it's staying with that 25 of Kruger for the moment anyway. We'll see how long that plays out. They bring him on down out of turn for the front stretch of the tri-oval section. 3 laps remain in this one. As they continue it on around, they'll go back and about. Mark Sikosi, I think, is right now just swimming in a nice little ocean land spot because he is just so far away from shore of these drivers. I'm pretty sure he's got this one in the bag. But Kruger right now is not giving up, neither is Cassidy. They're trying to see if maybe they got something. Both drivers maybe trying to line the draft up, maybe get some momentum to catch up to Sikosi, but right now I think the tires might be burnt in a little too much to even be thinking about that with 2 to go, especially now. I think time has ran out and elapsed for them. They would have to corner each turn perfectly, and Sikosi would have to make a bobble to even get up to him to take that one. But right now, they bring him on down around that turn 3 here. Cassidy looks to the inside line. Kruger opens it up a little bit here. Can Cassidy get something going there? He works on down. White flag is out for that man right here, Mark Sikosi. Can he go back to back here? Only one other driver I am aware of done it, and that's Tyler Hunt. Tyler Hunt, though, not joining us tonight, but right now, Sikosi goes and working him on down on that back straightaway here. Brings on down in, maybe looking for one last run there. On back in, turn 3 tells the tale. Can he get him out of turn 4 here? I don't know if it's going to be possible. Works it on in there. He might have something. He's definitely got it. And Mark Sikosi takes the race win. But watch that finish at the end, and Cassidy barely just gets the 2nd place finish on the All-Star over James Kruger. Kruger gets the 3rd spot. 4th will go to the 53 and Nicholas Wilson. Rounding out our field will be Art Millman in the 15 and Kyle Hanna in the 4. And Brian W. Wiggins parks it for the night. But in this night, 4 time, it's back to back for this one. See the fireworks going off in the background, folks. That man right here, Mark Sikosi, once again puts it in victory lane here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll join them on in the chat here in a minute, and we'll talk with them here and see how they felt on that one. That was definitely a show, to say the least, and some good, hard, clean racing from the drivers and battles here. May not have been the night for some of them here that they were looking for, but it was definitely a good night of racing, a good night of battle and action. Nobody gave an inch. Nobody nobody really, in my opinion, was outlasting anyone here other than just trying to win this one. And you can definitely tell that man right there, Sikosi, really was looking for that win he's been looking for a while. The rest of the drivers there over on out of turn 4 there. Kind of taking it all in as well, if you will. The rest of the pack there you see Kruger, Cassidy, Wilson, and Hannah. What a show, what a night for those 5 drivers really on the track right now. And of course, Sikosi getting back-to-back here tonight. Definitely, I would think it would mean a lot for him right there. As they get them all situated out, looks like they're calling it a night. They're going to get off the track and come talk with us here. Still waiting on Sikosi to join us here. If he is too, we'll give him the 2-minute countdown here. It'll be Sikosi and Wiggins that we will talk to tonight because they were our stage winners. We'll give them a couple minutes. And on around, we'll see if they come by and talk. And at the moment, we're still not getting full word here. But again, if you guys don't want to stick around for post-race interviews, be sure to go ahead and like and follow us up so you can catch them later. Or maybe you can catch even more action come tomorrow night. Of course, we'll bring back the Pedal to the Metal Racing League series, and then we will also have our drivers be showcased here on for the final time in that Mississippi Dirt Series. It'll be the very, very last time that you see Mississippi Dirt in 2020 run out it with the Dirt Stock Series that they run. And it's been a long time coming. It's going to be a good show there, to say the least. We can't wait to end that season there at Eldora Speedway. We can't wait to showcase that to you guys. And then, of course, at Thompson Speedway, you'll see the Pedal to Metal guys go at it. So, but looks like no one's going to make the call, so we're going to call it a night. Or actually, wait a minute. We have one driver that's joined us in. And that be Mark Sikosi there in the 8 machine, the affordable SCO 8 of Mark Sikosi once again, back-to-back on a nice set of runs here. And I definitely got to say, probably, if anything, we're just really working and tearing that car up if it meant trying to get into victory lane here for this one.
You kidding me?
What's up?
You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you a copy, bud.
Okay. I got all types of stuff going on here. Yeah, we've had a lot of good cars lately. Yeah, I gotta thank everybody who showed up tonight. We had a little bit of controversy there at the end of the second segment on whether or not a guy should get his spot back there. But yeah, we got sorted out. But yeah, just want to let everybody know we're still looking. We're looking for more drivers. We'll be having a recruitment race on Sunday, and if they want to join, get a hold of me.
We definitely mentioned it up here on the chat here and just kind of get the channel as well. We did mention a little thing for your page there, so well, hopefully they can get a hold of you and get a hold of that page as well. But I mean, nonetheless, man, it's definitely been a good showing for you here, and definitely a hard run throughout the series and out the night tonight. I mean, I would say, who did you want to thank here for this this race finish and this victory?
I gotta thank my teammates. I gotta thank the competition. I gotta thank everybody shows up week in and week out. They make it a lot of fun.
Absolutely, indeed. You guys made it quite the show and quite the battle, and definitely came to be. So, once again, back-to-back here tonight, and definitely a good showing of the old school boys going at it here, and girls as well, I should mention. So, congratulations to you guys here, and a good race to the end.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now joining me in here in the chat real quick, that is David Cassidy. We'll go ahead and give him a little word or two here. David, throughout the night, man, you've been battling it through, battling it hard here, and giving it everything you can. But just came up a little short. What was going through your mind there on that final stage?
Oh, I knew I didn't have nothing for the 8 car. He was strong. But My car was good in 1 and 2. It was terrible in 3 and 4. Pushing really bad. I was off the fuel quite a bit. I got in a few little scrapes there, and at the end, hit the wall there probably 3 or 4 laps to go. Slowed me back a little bit, but managed to get the spot back on the last lap. We're actually coming to the last turn.
Yeah, definitely did indeed there, and kind of kept you going there throughout all the way through. And I mean, there's one thing that we noticed really what was on the stream was that you really had something for these drivers when it came to defending and trying to battle it through, but unfortunately, it just didn't quite stick out for the long run. I think you think it should have. Or what's your thoughts on that in this case?
No, that's true. The end of the second segment there with that last caution, I decided to stay out just to see. I get out to like I don't know, maybe a second lead or whatever, but I seen the 8 coming in the mirror. I knew I wasn't going to stop him, so just pull high and let him go. I didn't have much time this week really to work on a setup or whatever with work and stuff, but that's the way she goes. Take a second anytime.
Absolutely, indeed, there, bud. And in second place, you did indeed for that final stage. So who do you want to thank here for this finish here tonight?
Thank Byron, Art, the group there with Pirate Racing. That's pretty much it, really.
All right, well, you guys are loud and clear. The Pirate Racing boys getting it done here. Second place finish once again, though. And David, congratulations here on a second place finish, and we'll see you next time out here, buddy.
Thanks to you guys too, by the way, for putting on a good show, and the hosts of the league, I guess. So, have a good night.
Y'all do the work on the race, man. The only thing we do is just kind of call it as we see it. So y'all do the fun stuff. But nevertheless, guys, that is really gonna wrap it up here, as we mentioned before. Old School League coming to an end here for the All-Star race, but will be back to normal season racing comes next week at Iowa Speedway. Tomorrow night, though, we'll have doubleheader here. The last time you'll see the Mississippi Dirt Boys go at it there on the dirt stocks, and then we'll also be seeing Pedal to Metal in their weekly series, going back at Thompson Speedway for the late models. A little bit of a diverse track from Daytona to Thompson, don't you think? But nevertheless, we will be down there and we'll be rocking and rolling there. So you guys want to tune in and be sure to catch that out. More posts to be coming into the Facebook and the Twitter chats. The only way to catch up on that is to like and follow us up there, and also go over to YouTube for tomorrow night, because there will be exclusive content there. If you don't want to see some dirt action, you still want to see some asphalt racing, well, the Green Mountain Grill boys will be going at there in their truck series down on their track there at Texas Motor Speedway. You're gonna want to catch all that and then some, exclusively only on PTM Racing TV for YouTube. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, I want to say thank you again, everyone that tunes on in every time out. We love you guys. Be safe. God bless. Take care. And good night, everybody.